She would literally call me pig. Like, she would call me the rudest things. And
we started talking, and one thing led to another, and we started making out. Keep in mind, we have cameras, but at that moment, we didn't care. I felt it coming. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. ¿Cómo están, amigas? I know you're really busy right now, but wait a little bit for us. Escúchanos un poquito, porque tenemos muchas cosas que decirte. But what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Comment down below, because we're hella chismosos. And we want to know everything that you're doing just as much as you guys want to know what we're doing. Pero ¿cómo están, amigas? We've missed you guys so much. I know it's only been a week.
we did have to pre-film just a little bit. Danny's prepping for New York, so we got to make sure that this video is edited and done before he leaves, just so when the day comes, girl, we just post and we're done.
You guys already know that we've been in our consistent era right now, and we've been doing really good, which I'm super happy about. And I just love filming the podcast lately. It has been a very good therapy to me, and I've also been really good to put it as part of my routine. So it makes it seem like I have something to do. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree. I feel like it just helps keeping our schedule busy and not just being huevones, because that's the goal for this year.
Literally, I was just about to talk about that. How about
really?
how, like, we literally have been only 2 months into the new year, and low-key, I am already slowly but surely accomplishing one of my New Year's resolutions, which was to organize my house. I haven't really had a moment to enjoy my house, because if your brain is a clutter, I feel like that reflects what your house looks like.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a very long time, I didn't respect my house as I wanted to, and I let a lot of people not respect my house. So my house would either get like very dirty, or people would just not take care of my things, and I would just kind of be very plaza about it. But it feels really good, because looking at my house right now, it has been so nice just to be home, because I feel so comfortable, and I feel like, oh my god, like this is my home. Like everything is starting to come together. My home looks so beautiful. My home looks really nice and
enjoyable.
Yeah, enjoyable. I just love cleaning my house. I'm also using it as a side of therapy to cope with a lot of like mental health stuff that I've been going through. Like, it's just been a really good way to distract myself, because I feel like also I never put that energy into the gym. So like, I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of things that I have to do in the house before I even can try to take care of my mental health, and also take care of, you know, my physical health. Because I feel like if you come to a house that's so disgusting and like dirty, como
you become
guachalote
lazy,
vibes,
bitch.
you become lazy, and you just kind of don't want to do anything, and you don't have a lot of motivation. I feel like that's also why I never really liked filming in my house, because there was always a cochinero. Now that I'm like, well, I have a whole game plan, and I know how to take care of my house, and I know what I need, that now I'm like, okay, well, I really feel really comfortable filming around my house.
Yeah.
I know what needs to be clean. I know where everything goes, and it's just been a really good adventure to finally declutter. I feel like I really do want to become someone that's like a minimalist.
I agree. Honestly, I've been meaning to do that to my own closet, because there's so much clothes in there that I know that I'm not going to wear again anytime soon for shit. So it's just collecting there. And I just have still clothes in bags that I can't even like fit in my closet. So obviously the space that I'm isn't helping, but I need to do that ASAP as well. And you actually got rid of so much
dude, I
clothes.
did get rid of a lot of clothes, and we gave it to Alan's aunt to take to Mexico. So we donated a lot of the clothes to them. And it was just a lot of clothes that we had from like when we were still like 18, like
basically
17.
Moving all that stuff that you had at the apartment days into the house.
Yeah, dude, because I was just telling Irma, our dresser that's upstairs has been with us since we moved into the apartment, and that's almost 6 years ago, and we have a lot more clothes. So I just bought like these 2 dressers off of Amazon. Low-key, Amazon has been coming through for all of my furniture, and it's super affordable, and it's really nice. I feel like it was really easy to build. At first, I was getting a little frustrated, but then I was like, okay, this is like Lego, so let me just think about it positively, because if not, I'm gonna get really frustrated.
You gotta, make your mind have that switch of mentality.
Yes, So like I've been decluttering a lot of things, and I finally noticed like the things that I finally actually need. Yeah, I still have like the regular stuff, but I think I need now essential stuff. I need like a good 2 black pair of jeans. I need 2 other pair of black jeans that are like this type of style. I need blue jeans for this. I need this. Like now I know what I need, because there was a time, you guys, where I don't tell you guys a lot of these things because pues some personal things that it's like I'm a little embarrassed to talk about. I had a mountain, y'all. A mountain full of clothes that me and Alan didn't touch for like almost 6 months. It was all clean clothes, and we would just go in there to take the clean clothes and not fold it and put it away. But mind you guys, we just didn't have the space. Like we didn't have a dresser to put it in. We also didn't want to put it in the guest bedroom. So like we just didn't have the room. When I finally was like at my breaking point to be like, I'm done with this fucking mountain of clothes being here. Like I need to know what I have so I can finally go shopping and be like, okay, I don't have this, so I'm gonna buy it. Nah, I don't know if I don't have this. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna get it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna get it. When I bought the dressers, I made it my mission to get rid of that mountain of clothes. So as of right now, that mountain of clothes does not live there in that spare room anymore, and it is finally tucked away really nicely. I'm super proud of myself because I'm at least accomplishing one of my, New Year's resolution goals. And I've been really at it every single day since January.
No,
dude.
I agree. You have made the house look so beautiful, and I give you so much props for that, because literally you walk in and you're like, oh my God, this is literally looks like, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but it looks like a nice, comforting home.
Yeah, it feels like an adult home, huh?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna take a little time to make a lot of our family members a little bit more serious about our furniture, because I don't know if I ever mentioned to you guys, but when we had purchased our couches, and I know this is first world problems, but when we had first purchased our couches, it did hurt us a lot because it was super fucking expensive, and we had forgotten how expensive furniture was, because we bought it once every couple months and then we threw them out and we just got some regular cheap furniture because we were like, well, se va a gastar in like a couple years, so fuck it, let's just get whatever and not make our house look good and just let everyone step all over it. Right. So when we got our couches, we had a couple of our friends come over for, I think it was like a friend's miss. We all got drunk, but I feel like even when I'm drunk, I'm not over there being a desmadre and fucking up my friends like furniture. But when they got drunk at my house, the furniture got really fucked up, and because they were stepping on it and they were not being mindful about the things. And I'm not a very party pooper. Yo no soy the type of people like, hey, you guys be careful with the couches. I don't want to seem like that type of person, but I feel like I kind of have to now, because then people won't value your stuff like how you will value it. So little by little, I'm like telling like the kids, hey, you guys, no feet on the furniture. Like, don't play around the carpet. Don't put your feet up there, or don't do this, don't do that. And I'm also telling the adults as well, like, hey, you guys, like, if you guys are going to change the child, like, go upstairs. Stuff that's like very reasonable to say, but I feel like sometimes people get so comfortable that they don't feel like they need to like take care of our stuff. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Exactly. No, it does make a lot of sense. It's just things have just been slid off, and like, since you guys wouldn't really say anything to them because you're like, oh, well, you don't want to be that party pooper, obviously, like, they're not gonna understand. But now that you're pulling up this boundary, for sure, I have seen and actually noticed people showing a little bit more respect towards it.
Okay, so it's reciprocating.
It's reciprocating really good, which I'm very happy about, because these couches, mind you, they're light colored couches. Like, you gotta make sure you take care of these really good and everything. So
they're literally like this color.
I understand where you're coming from, and it's totally okay to place those boundaries.
Yes,
very
for sure.
Very important.
But also, you guys, if you guys heard Irma said that I am going to New York. Yes! As you guys are literally watching this, I am in New York right now. We are going for a Taco Bell event, and I'm just super excited. I love going to New York. I just told Alan the other day, I was like, I love going to New York because I feel like I'm going home. No sé por qué. Like, it just feels like home. And I've never lived in New York. So, like, I've always had a dream that I would live in New York, and I've never had that dream ever, like, brush off my shoulders, even still till this day. I've always told Irma and Alan and even my family members that I would love to buy an apartment in New York if it's still there in like 10 or 15 years, because I know that there's a lot of conspiracy theories that it'll go go underwater and stuff like that. But I would love to live in New York, and I'm super excited because this is a tradition that me and Alan do a lot, and we're gonna go see a Broadway show too. If you guys haven't seen the new Broadway show Death Becomes Her, it's based off of the movie from Death Becomes Her, and I just told Irma about it, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited also because the last trip that me and Alan had alone was for when we went to Universal Studios in Florida, and I feel like every single time that I go out like for vacation, just me and Alan, no sé por qué, but he does give me a lot of attention, and I love that because like when we're home, like sí me pela, but no me pela tanto como like when we're in vacations by ourselves. You know what I mean? So I'm super excited.
It's just an amazing bonding moment that you guys really are able to have, and I feel like eso sí falta mucho like with you guys. So I'm happy that you guys are taking these days for yourselves and enjoying. And mind you, this is also, I don't know if you guys actually heard from the last podcast, this is partial of your Valentine's celebration too. So it's definitely going to be a lot of love and a lot of
romantics and a lot of legs up.
Bitch, ass up everywhere, bitch.
Literally.
But this weekend, we actually had a little bit of fun as well. It was Martita's 55th?
Yeah, 55th birthday.
Oh my gosh, dude. She doesn't even seem that old.
I know.
Wait, I got
you calling her old.
Wait, no.
I don't think that is that old.
I mean, no.
I'm like, it's a little old. When you start hitting your 50s,
but I just didn't think she was at that age already. I still feel like she was in her 40s.
Yes.
Literally. So I'm like, what the fuck? But honestly, we want to give Martita a huge happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It was so much fun. You guys decorated for her so amazingly.
Yes,
it was
dude.
A whole
it was
surprise.
super last minute. Alan was already talking to his mom prior to be like, oh, mom, what are we going to do for your birthday? What are you going to do for your birthday? And she kind of just didn't seem like she wanted to do really much for her birthday. And Alan was like, oh, okay, well, we could just do like a small carne asada at the house. And then I was like, you know what, babe? Fuck it. Let's get a balloon garden.
Yeah.
We'll start with that. And then we got a balloon garden. And then we ended up getting a cake. And then we ended up getting tequila. And I was like, fuck it. Let's just make it a little tiny surprise party for your mom.
Yes.
And, it was executed really well. I don't think she had any idea, but I feel like she did a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you think that though?
Because like she was really dolled up and like Gretel did her makeup. So she was like, oh, I'm getting ready for something.
But
you know
Gretel
what I mean?
didn't even know about the whole surprise.
She knew a little bit. She knew a little bit about it.
Let's just hope that Gretel was just like, let me just make you look cute just for fun. But knowing Martita, like she'll investigate.
Like, she'll investigate. She'll know.
And do her way to kind of get it out of people too. So I'm happy that she had fun. I love the color scheme that they went for. It was like a lilac, very bloom, very blossomy.
It was a butterfly, very mariposa del barrio.
Oh, that makes sense. And it was so much fun, you guys. I think we ended up finishing all the tequila bottles, no?
Yes, me and Alan had bought 4, and I don't think anybody else brought tequila bottles. My hangover was bad. Me and Irma were literally the last ones up.
Yes, girl. Before that happened, though, the night did end with karaoke. And I feel like karaoke is a way to just always enjoy a party because everybody's just drunk, everybody's in their feels, especially Martita. If you guys haven't seen the vlog, she was really singing her heart out and everything. It was just something I enjoy seeing and having those moments with everybody there and everything. But by the end of the night, obviously, there was no more tequila and there was still beer. So me and Danny decided to
drink one, which was our mistake.
I regret that beer so bad.
It was delicious, though.
It was really delicious and crisp, but dude, halfway, I ended up fucking throwing up, dude.
No, dude, the next day, I threw up like 6 times, girl. Yeah. My hangovers, I think I've mentioned this so many fucking times, girl. And this is a repetitive story, and I never learned. But hey,
that's part of life.
Girl, like, I will never learn. But anyways, but we ended up having a really, 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 really good time. My mom was in Mexico. I posted everything on TikTok about when she went to go see her brother. When she got here, she told me a little bit about what happened with her brother and stuff like that, but I feel like I'll let that be a little moment for my mom, for her to explain, because I just can't wait for all the stories that my mom has to tell me. She did tell me a little bit on the road, but I feel like there's a lot more that she wants to tell me.
From the spam that they were there, so much already is going on that like like, girl, I think it was a 45-minute drive when you go picked her up. Like, that's not enough time to tell you the whole story.
No, and they were tired, so like I'm pretty sure they couldn't even remember everything else that they did. You know?
They were just like, you know what? I just want to knock out.
My mom had a really good time in Mexico. Hopefully, we get to go soon again, and we get to explore Mexico because I'm really excited for it. My mom went on a mission also to find my grandma's burial, so I'm super excited about that because I haven't seen my grandma's burial ever. I've only seen it in a couple blurry photos, and I feel like I just need a little bit of a closure ending to my chapter to my grandma. So I'm super excited to go see my grandma. When I say that I'm gonna go see my grandma, I feel like I'm literally physically gonna go see her and hug her. So like in my head, it breaks my heart because I know that when I go over there, that's not the real thing. Like I'm just going over there to tell my grandma everything that has happened since she has passed away with my life. You know what I mean?
Just desahogar and
just to desahogar and tell her how I felt, and like I need that for closure for a chapter that I am fully closing soon. So I'm super excited for that, and just stay tuned with all of that. Like I'm just so excited.
I bet. I am so excited for you too. Maybe I'll tag along.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Shit. Well, depending. So first, you guys will probably go to your hometown, and then after, like Cancun or a little like fun trip by the beach.
Yeah, well, we haven't figured it out just yet, but I know that we'll stay there maybe like 3 weeks max.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna stay 3 weeks. Yeah, there's plenty of time, and you don't even have to stay with us for 3 weeks. You could just come and be like, 2 days here, and then
I agree. More budget friendly for me.
Yeah. But you guys, for this week, we have
Wine of the Week.
I feel like since I've been such a motherfucking housewife, necesito 1 cup of wine because, girl, I've been at it for like 2 weeks, and low-key, I need a really, really good wine. We had wine with my mom the other day, which was super cute.
Oh my God.
I loved it, huh? It was like a cute moment with my mom.
I honestly enjoy those moments with your mom so much. Yeah. Like, I feel like we need to have those dates more
Yes,
often.
we do. But Irma ended up getting this viral. It's viral, right?
I mean, okay.
Is it viral? Because I be saying it viral all the time.
I don't know, but I did find this on TikTok, and it did go trending in 2023.
Oh, okay.
On TikTok, and people were raving it about it because it's a Moscato XXL. Alcohol percentage is 16% volume, and the flavor peach. Literally, it says ripe yellow peach combined to create a descendant ripe sweet experience. More flavor, more intensity, without manners.
I feel like wine is gonna change in a couple of years because I feel like instead of them doing like the bitter and like stuff like that, they're gonna start doing more flavors.
Oh, girl, I've been seeing it everywhere. Even on Stella Rose, guys, there was one that was chile limon.
Ew, and it was a wine?
Yeah, I think it was a wine because it was in the Moscato wine section with all the other Stella Rose. So
cancel Stella Rose.
I never liked Stella Rose. So here, let me pour yours first.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It smells really good so far.
Now, don't forget to get your cup of wine or your cup of drink because, girl, you deserve it.
After a long day.
Oh, it does smell very peachy, but low-key, I am down for the funk.
Cheers. Wow. That shit's a little strong.
Low-key, the peach fucked it up.
Yeah.
It smells peachy. That's the only thing that I'm going to agree on. But the taste is very much like a peachy wine, bittery taste. You know what I mean?
If anything, it's like they tried to mix the peach with the wine, but it wasn't incorporating. So I'm literally getting a fucking wine taste and then barely a peach taste I do get a peach taste, but at the end.
But low-key, if you keep drinking it more,
it kind of
it's good.
Okay.
It's a little good.
It's a little good.
Okay.
We're expecting Danny to finish this because he's been working really, really hard. So, bottoms up, bitch.
Bottoms up for all the mommies and the housewives out there.
Period, bitch. Me with my little corner.
But you guys had a lot to say last week. Well, not really, because that YouTube video flopped.
Literally, y'all were like, shut the fuck up.
No, I swear that YouTube video did flop, and that's okay. Like I said, we're over here talking about real ass shit, and that one did flop, and that's okay. Let us know why it flopped. Did you guys not like the topic?
Like, were we just sounding stupid? Like,
because sometimes I feel like I sound hella stupid, and girl, I just be rambling on and just keep talking about random ass shit. And mind you guys, we filmed for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and we cut it to 47 minutes. So we know
that's how much we blabbered. I did not make make sense. I did see some comments, people saying like, damn, like, Danny, let Irma talk or whatever. But girl, trust and believe, I had to crop out a lot of my stuff because I did not make sense, or whatever topic it was going with. Like, it didn't revolve around that topic that we were talking about.
Well, let's move on to the first comment. Now, this one is from @DaisyMoreno7810.
Are you
Wait,
my
we've done it
cousin?
again? I think we've done her before.
Really?
Well, if we haven't done you, we'll hit it again. I love the ending. Y'all preaching. Let's hustle and find a balance through it. I feel like I'm the type of person that if I am very motivated and I am in a very successful place, I will more than gladly share my success with everybody else. I want all of us to win. And I feel like that's what I wanted to bring onto the podcast last week, was to give a very motivational speech. Yeah. Very like, girl, get the fuck up y haz algo. A lo mejor we didn't explain it very well, or you just didn't understand it. Pero, girl, get the fuck up. Haz algo con tu vida porque la vida está muy corta. One way or another, all of us are privileged. Why? We have our hands. We have our feet. We have our sight. We have our ears. We have our
mouths.
Language. We can speak. We have all of that. And some people, unfortunately, don't. And they still will do whatever it takes
to accomplish
their dreams and goals. That's why I wanted to bring it up on the podcast, was because I wanted to motivate you.
Yes.
And you. And me.
You. And everybody here. Because
all of you.
It's because you know damn well that sometimes we literally just get so stuck with being so unmotivated.
And so negative. We like to keep a very negative mindset. We get a lot of comments where you guys are like, oh my God, you guys talk a lot about negative comments. So that's why I was like, you know what? Instead of talking about negative comments, let's talk about positivity and how we can help uplift each other.
Yeah. So now let's move on to the next comment. This comment is from Stephanie Torres 2125. I love you guys. My boyfriend can't stand your strong personalities. Still secretly like to hear your podcast. LOL. Moral of the story, not everyone is meant to like you. Who cares? Stay true to yourself. Keep up the hard work.
Well, Stephanie's boyfriend, if you're listening right now, hi. How are you?
Just admit that you like listening to us.
Just
Don't
admit
be
you
shy.
love me. Give me a kiss. Dame besito. I'm like, hurry up. Just come sit next to your wife and listen to us. You know you want to listen.
Exactly.
Might as well just sit down comfortably and watch us and talk shit about us. And let's move on to the next comment. This one's from @GodsGift_813. I love when Danny says "gi." I love saying that. I love it. I love it.
What's
That's
funny?
my favorite Shawty Bay lingual is the "gi."
That is pretty funny, I will say. But you know what's funny? You even like told yourself not too long ago that you were like, I need to get that out of my vocabulary. I need to improve my vocabulary.
I know, but I did improve my vocabulary. But "gi" is a staple. Like that.
It has to.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. Thank you, Shawty Bay. Thank you for that "gi."
What's your guys' favorite lingo though?
Yeah, what is something you guys like to copy off of people? Because that's literally what it is. I think it's just mannerisms that, like, when you watch your favorite content creator or just a content creator that you watch in a very consistently basis, you just kind of just start like talking like them and acting like them a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So it happens, and I will continue saying "gi" for the rest of my life.
Bitch, when you're all old.
Yeah.
Get.
And then they're going to be like, what are you saying, old man?
You're like, Shawty,
do you not understand me, "gi"?
Bitch, I feel like when we're literally old as fuck, we're all just gonna be reminiscing on like fucking meme shit.
Dude, we're gonna have hella brain rot.
Oh fuck yeah, what the fuck? It's already going on right now, bitch. We all be here fucking saying "get" instead of "gir."
Well, you know, I'm still saying "girl." You know, it's just very much like "gi." Anyways, let's move on to the next comment.
This comment is from Ray Longoria 9872. Danny, you're such a hater. Change your ways, dude. I'm here for her, not you. Bye.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I appreciate the
comment. But you guys, for this week's episode, we wanted to do something that we haven't done for a very, very long time. As much as we love to listen to your guys' comments, we did post on our Instagram to tell us your juiciest, the most sacred secret ever. And I know you guys have crazy ass secrets out there. So I love doing this segment on our podcast because, like we tell you guys all the time, a nosotros le gustamos hacer chismosos. We like to know what you're doing and we like to know the tea. So thank you guys so much for everybody that
volunteered as tribute.
We will try to keep some of them anonymous.
Yes.
And, sometimes we got to call you out as I see it. If you did something bad, I'll more than gladly expose you.
Exactly.
Girl, call me bad, baby.
Oh, bitch. You've been hearing that song a lot,
You're Alabama Bucker.
Oh, the drama, honey.
Okay, so let's move on to the first confession. Keep it anonymous, please. When I used to work as an assistant store manager, there was a shift leader who was obsessed with me. He wanted me so bad, but I always played hard to get.
This bitch, you were all like this.
Good job. No, that's good.
Yeah.
I like when people play hard to get
Take
because
control, honey.
Yes, like take control. Put him on a leash.
Dominatrix.
He never gave up. He would always compliment me, and honestly, everyone was suspicious that we were a thing. Well, one night, my store manager put me and him on the same shift.
Bitch.
It was a closing shift. Oh, girl, I already know where it's going. When the rest of the staff left and it was just me and him, we closed early, like a whole hour early. We started talking and one thing led to another and we started making out. Keep in mind, we have cameras, but at that moment, we didn't care. I felt it coming. We started making our way out of the camera view and we made it to the bathroom. And well, let's just say, I could tell he really wanted me. It was the best sex I have ever had. We literally didn't give a fuck. LOL. Fast forward to the next day, my store manager calls me and him into his office and he plays the recording of us making out. Let's just say we got fired, and to this day, I don't regret it because, again, it was the best I have ever had.
So, are you guys still a thing now? Is he still your fuck buddy? Did he end up being like your wife or your hubby or something?
No, low-key, that's freaky.
That's hot.
I'm not gonna lie. It is a fantasy. I used to have a coworker, and he was super schmexy. He would like to say like really weird things, like he would flirtatious ways, and I would just go along with it. Of course, I would tell Alan like, "Oh, well, he said this," and he's like, "Mood, like what the fuck?"
Because at the end of the day, it's not like you guys would actually do fucking something.
And I know he's straight, and I'm not about that life. So like, I would just go along with it because sometimes I knew that he would start something and he couldn't finish it. He would get really awkward. So that's the only reason why I would do it. I knew one of my coworkers and him, they would do the exact same thing, and I would catch it on and I would help her sometimes, and I would be like, "Well, you guys just make out already, or do this and that." So she told me, "Oh my god, dude, this is tea." One time, I guess they were closing, exact same shift, and he was walking her to her car. And he pretty much like told her like we should like make out. She was like, "No, like this is gonna be so weird. Like I don't think we should." And then he's like, all right. Well, next time I'll catch you next time. And they didn't end up doing anything. But still, no, because if she was down for the dirt, she would have done it. That's you know, true. Since he was like a whole ass like manager, like she didn't want to be disrespectful, and she also wanted to not go to work. Yeah, she wanted to keep it only work.
That's honestly understandable. I personally feel like I've had a similar experience like that too.
But you went full on.
Oh, girl, this was hot. Because something about fucking your coworker and like doing something there at the workplace, it's the
very
adrenaline.
Criminal.
Bitch,
it's a criminal in me.
Criminal. No, but as you said, it's a fantasy and it's so hot.
It's like by the book.
Yes.
Like it's like a book that you're reading.
Yes, literally, dude. And I'm like, oh my God, am I going to get caught? Am I not? Like, it's just those little thoughts coming in. And honestly, there was this one guy that I was just like, ooh, like I want to suck your dick so fucking bad, bitch. Like, oh, I am so ready to make out with you. Mind you, the store is connected to another side, which is where they keep all the other donations. And like, it basically seemed like if it was a warehouse, but it was a store and they just tore down the top and everything. And the restroom was all the way onto the other side. And there is a camera that doesn't point that way. So, but you could see like, obviously who goes in that area. But once you go into the restroom, like you can't see that point of view. And literally, like, we would be making out in that little section and area. And like, ooh, girl. And then also, the guys are very smart. They would use the cages to block out certain blind spots from the cameras, too.
Oh.
So these guys were out here fucking like making their little spots. So if like maybe like a person that's donating and it's like really hot and she's
or maybe a coworker.
I mean, that was me, babe. It's just hot.
Yeah, it's a fantasy.
But
anyways, let's do that again.
Literally, bitch.
But let's move on to the next confession.
Ooh. This is anonymous. My ex and I still hook up and been dating someone else. She loves to leave her shit, so I've thrown out her 5 below lingerie vibrators and whatever else belongs to her. Also, wiped my pussy on her pillow after we fucked raw so she could sleep on it. Girl, what? So
Wait,
are you the side hoe?
Wait, are you getting cheated on? Is that why you're doing this?
No, because she's saying my
acting
ex.
a fool girl.
Bitch, literally no, because she's saying her ex and her still hook up, but he's been dating someone else supposedly.
And he's just doing like evil things?
She's the one that's basically doing little evil things to the girl because he's dating someone else and she doesn't like it. Maybe.
Oh.
So she's all here like rubbing her pussy on the pillow and shit after they fuck. All her fucking pussy
so
juices.
that the girl can sleep on it.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that's evil.
That is a little bit evil,
You know
girl.
what? I've never done anything evil like that. I've never even thought about even putting like a toothbrush in like a toilet.
No, dude.
I feel like I have a really big fear of that. To me, that's like a really big fear of me. Like I can't believe that people can even do that. That's not like healthy. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like contaminating someone with poison.
Yeah, that kind of is. I think she could see you. Bitch. No,
be careful.
No, honestly, but there is crazy people out there. Like, girls be doing this with their period blood, like putting it in people's food so they could, like, stay in love with them forever, I guess, because it's, like, brujeria shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that people be doing nowadays, and honestly, it's a little concerning, but I recommend you stop.
Stop right now.
Don't do that, especially if you're dating someone else already. Because you're trying to heal from your ex, and unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do so if you're still hooking up with him. Like, is that dick too good or what? Like,
you could probably find another one.
Or, you know what? Get his dick molded, and you're fine.
And you're fine. Move on.
Now, this next story is a little bit of a long one, so keep your ears open. Go get them cleaned. About 3 years ago, I was single, ready to mingle, and the wrong guy came back in my life. Back in 2020, I haven't gotten a relationship, and I met this guy, but the time was not right. I had just left a 4-year relationship and I wasn't ready for another one, yet I was. I left him for the good, and he contacted me back in 2022 and messaged me that he missed me and wanted us to try things again. And he insisted me so much that I accepted to try things out. The biggest red flag was that at the time he was still trying to finish his school and at the same college when he was allegedly 1 year ahead of me, and I was graduating that May. And he said he was missing a year still. Another one is he didn't drive, girl. I had to drive my ass from San Jose to Newark. I live in the Bay Area, and it was around a 30 to 40 minute drive. We would always talk and see each other every once in a while until I found out he had another girl. Ever since I found out about it, I never told him anything and kept digging further until I noticed he will post something and this girl will comment, but he would delete it as soon as he could. I looked at the girl on Facebook and I found her, and indeed he was in another relationship with this girl. I went to vacay, and the same day I came back, he texted me that he wanted to see me and all of these, and girl, he got his phone, snapped from the girl he was with, and called me and asked for my number. I already knew about everything, but I was like, yeah, no problem, call me, ha ha ha. We spilled the whole tea, and they have been together almost a year, and he told me he was texting other bitches too, and that she would pay for everything, and we had so much in common, ha ha ha. That same as I did, I paid for him, and besides that, we both had to pick his ass up. The girl told me that since she was crazy and didn't want him to go, he jumped off the car and cracked his phone. He confessed he was in love with his best friend, and that's why he never introduced her to the family. Weeks later, he put up a restriction order against her. I had to be her witness, and I got denied for him, but the order went through for the friend, since once she texted, she would beat her ass up, lol. Months later, we became friends and went to the weekend concert together, and since we knew his section, we bought tickets near him, and guess what? Not even 1 month later, he was holding hands with another girl, lol. He got a hold of me about a year ago, telling me to try things again. Girl, I just laughed, and I never told the girl he texted me and wanted me back. Now I'm in a 2-year relationship and blocked his ass. Love you, Danny, and I enjoy every guy's podcast. Keep me anonymous.
Oh my God, dude, that was a lot. Dude, low-key, men like that are trash.
Honestly,
that's so crazy. I can't even keep up with my own life. How the fuck are you gonna keep up with a double life?
Literally a double life with 2, or if anything, probably more than 2 bitches. Girls.
Even like just example with you that you don't even talk to multiple guys. It's even hard just to talk to one guy.
Exactly, girl.
How are these men doing so much more work to be with so many different women, but they can't even put that effort into starting a whole ass business or a whole ass career?
Getting his shit together, driving at least.
Literally.
This motherfucker didn't even know how to drive for shit.
It looks like he was playing mind games and was like a sugar baby for sure.
He literally would rely on the girl's money to get through life. That's why he was like, oh, fuck, this bitch not giving me more money. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Men really do get so bored easily. They're just so annoying because they know how to manipulate shit.
Yeah.
Especially, they always try to grab the most vulnerable girls ever. And those are the vulnerable girls that get fucking hurt. And then after, when they try to look for a relationship, they end up being tóxicas because they don't know what the fuck they're gonna get into with this next guy.
Yes.
And sometimes the guy is actually really, really nice. But at the end of the day, us girls, we overthink and we just can't help but process that most men are literally the same. They're all fucking pigs.
But you know what? Here's the thing that I'm going to tell you as well. Sometimes, yeah, it could definitely be the guy's fault. And I can agree with you. Most of the time, it is the guy's fault.
Yeah.
But sometimes girls will not care that they have another side hoe and be like, well, he's my man. He's my man. Like, I don't give a fuck if you have it. Or they'll be like, I don't care if you have a wife and kids, girl. I'm going to be at it. Like, I'll be your full-on girlfriend.
Literally the homewreckers. Those are the ones you're talking about,
yes,
right?
homewreckers.
You know what it is? I feel like it's the fantasy also thing for people to do that. Maybe sometimes it's the fantasy of like them knowing that they're cheating, because there is men like that.
I do. It's because you can never win. It's either the girl's going to be bad or the guy's going to be bad. Like, honestly, and think about it, like, there's just no winning. You just kind of have to be very blunt about things. And I feel like that's why I will always try to tell my sister, like, girl, like, oh, if you'll date a bum, if you'll date this, if you'll date that. I gotta be very blunt, because if men out there are tricking my sister or tricking my best friend, I will not let that happen, girl. You have to go through the gay best friend before you even get through my girls.
Exactly. And it has happened. They have protected me, and they made sure to always ask the right questions to these guys, because if I didn't ask the right questions, girl, I wouldn't have found out that the guy is a whole fucking Republican, that he hates fucking gays and everything, girl. Like, even though if I even found out the news with even asking that, like, obviously I'd be like, deuces, dude. Men are annoying.
Men are ridiculous.
And
men need to keep it in their pants. If not, I think we should definitely start bringing back one of those old laws where, you know, they get their fucking penises taken off.
I mean, it would have worked for sure back then.
Well, girl, it did work back then. Now, but I guess now people aren't scared about that.
I guess people are just having a little too much
Let's
empathy.
start ripping dicks off!
Yes! We could just use them as dildos. Now let's move on to the next and last story. I worked at this market, and this girl from a different stall would mad dog me from way across the market because I was working with her ex. This went on for months. She would intentionally come by where I worked just to mad dog me and talk shit to me to the other stalls. Keep in mind, I'm the assistant manager here, so I was her ex's boss. She started recording me because I was walking alongside her ex. Like, weird ass shit. I got tired of it, so I fucked her ex, and then I made out with him somewhere where I know she would walk by, and then I went and flirted with her actual man that worked on the other side of the market and got his number, and then I sent her a screenshot of the messages from both her ex and her man flirting with me, and then she couldn't do much because I already reported for harassment because of the video recording. Payback's a bitch! Low-key, if I had a fucking annoying ass cunt pulling that shit, especially at work, I'd do the same shit.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something.
Being a bad person.
No, I have a little taste of that. I just recently talked to Alan about this, and it's been a really long time, so I don't really give a fuck about talking about this anymore.
Okay.
But I had this gay friend, and we were the only gay people at our school when we were in elementary at the time. But then, we moved schools and then we came back together in high school. We were trying hard to be like very good friends, but I feel like when I was growing up, yo tenía mucha envidia. I had a lot of jealousy que nobody could do better than me. Let's just say he was really good at a particular sport. We had our class together and we were really buddy and we didn't have no beef, no nothing. But I feel like because he started doing better at the sport than I had and he was getting more friends and he was a little bit more friendlier and like a lot of people started to like him a little bit more, I guess I got a little jealous. So I wanted to do something that was gonna get me attention and that was also gonna hurt him. I have always been really good of getting the cheese mad at people.
Yeah.
I have always been like, okay, who said this? Who said that? Who said this? All right, this. All right, perfect. Pin the dots. This is true. So I had found out that he was talking to a particular person and that they were thinking about dating. I couldn't let that happen, gay. I don't know why, but I just couldn't let that happen. I ended up one way or another finding his Facebook and I added him on Facebook and I started talking to him through Facebook, knowing that this friend of mine
was already having
a thing with him. So then I ended up like talking to him like every day and we started growing feelings for each other and I ended up getting with him.
No way.
Full on. That's when like it ended up going crazy all over school. He found out we were already dating and he did a really big thing where we had the same English teacher. The bear that I got him for his birthday, he went up to the front of the class and he cut it up. He literally cut it up because of course of what I did.
Yeah.
So like I know that I fucked up in my way and I know
that's back high school shit.
Yeah. And not only that, I did end up getting my karma on it because he ended up cheating on me with 2 other men. So, I accepted. I know the type of child I was when I was really young. I would never do that ever again.
Of course.
But yeah, isn't that fucking crazy that like I can't believe that I even did that, dude.
No,
I can't believe that.
Honestly, I can't believe it either, but
we're full of confessions today.
Honestly, we really are. I don't know if I should even confess this, but I think I have already. But there was this girl that I didn't like, and I didn't like her because she would literally call me fat. She would literally call me pig. Like, she would call me the rudest things. And ella de pendeja, like, she would always be like, oh, sorry, it just came out. But I'm like, girl, I know you're being real. Like, you're not
being
stupid.
A bitch.
You're being fucking
like,
a
just
bitch.
Because you're saying just kidding doesn't mean that you didn't say it, you dumbass.
Exactly that. So it did get to the point where, me and her mans that we all worked in the same place, I made a move and succeeded the bag, and we ended up getting a room and then ended up hooking up, and
the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Did she ever find out?
I think she did because she stopped talking to me. So, girl, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
Don't fuck with me. I'll take your man.
No, bitch. Even though I was fucking fat, I still got my weight and I still got your man's big bitch. Girl, don't fuck with me. But obviously nowadays, there's a way of doing things. Personally, now I would actually confront the person and be like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you saying all this shit?
Baddies!
Literally baddies. And this bitch will probably be pulling a fucking summer. Now I've learned my lesson and I haven't had any type of interaction like that obviously anymore.
But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. There was a lot of confession, there was a lot of tea, and I hope you guys enjoyed it because we enjoyed it a lot. But don't forget to comment down below what was your favorite part. Come back up, click that like button and that subscribe button. And don't forget to follow us at all of our social medias. And porque you're only getting half the story at Call Me Danny.
Irma XO, and also don't forget to follow the TikTok and Instagram of Let's Talk Pendejadas. And obviously don't think we forgot our positive affirmation. I'm better than I used to be, better than I was yesterday, but hopefully not as good as it will be tomorrow.
Oh, I love that.
I agree. Very good.
Very good. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.